hey Gavin, I was just going to go over this real quick because they get to actually hear me explain it in class, so I'll make sure you guys get that too. So up here on the taxi company, it's just kind of what's limiting, and usually that's pretty easy for kids because it's stuff we understand. It's not the chemistry, so I'm not going to go over that. But number 2, the nitrogen and hydrogen reacting. When you balance that, it should be 1, 3, 2, and I think you had a 3 here, so that might mess up some of your math, but I want to make sure that we're getting the right numbers and everything anyway. So that's balancing that. Now this was not out of 37 points. The students have really been struggling with some of this stuff, so I made it out of 10 just a participation. So that's why I just wanted to go over this, and you got the points for trying it. So this is a combination because I have nitrogen and hydrogen. There's an addition sign over here, and it combines into one thing, so combination. On A, B, and C, they give you moles of each. So when you're trying to find a limiting, it's all about your reactants and how much you have of those reactants and which reactant gets used up first. And once it's used up, then the whole thing just shuts down and stops. The whole, equation, I guess, or reaction. So if I had 3 moles of nitrogen and 5 moles of hydrogen, which one's going to be used up first? Well, I have to figure out how much product do each one of these make. So if I have 3 moles of nitrogen, I'm going to do a mole to mole just to see how much product is made right here. So just 3 times 2, because when I do a mole to mole, it's coming from these up here. Now if you had that 3 at the end too, then yours might be a little off, but that's okay because it was participation. So then I'm going to do 5 moles of hydrogen, and I'm going to do a mole to mole. Once again, when I'm looking for limiting reactants, I'm always trying to find my product. So that's why NH3 is on top. That makes 3.3. So my limiting is actually my hydrogen. I would make 3.3 moles of this product, and then I would run out of hydrogen and the whole reaction would stop. So that's why H2 is limiting. Same thing for B. They give me 8 moles of nitrogen and 4 moles of hydrogen this time. And once again, I'm going to try to figure out how many moles of my product, which happens to be NH3, is made. So when I do my mole to mole on each of these, I find that hydrogen only makes 2.67 moles. So hydrogen limits me. I'm going to make 2.67 moles of my NH3, and then I run out of hydrogen, which means I have all this nitrogen just left over. On C, when you do C, it's the same thing, only this time around they're telling you, hey, you have 3 moles of nitrogen and 12 of hydrogen. So when you do your mole to mole, always trying to find that product, that's why NH3 is on top on both of these. You see this time around that you make less product with the nitrogen. So nitrogen's actually your limiting. So we do that through number 3, A, B, and C, doing the exact same type of thing. You have 2 moles of each. So I've got 2 moles of this reactant. I've got 2 moles of my oxygen reactant. I'm going to do the mole to mole to figure it out. On B, same thing. I've got 2 moles of my iron. I've got 2 moles of my water, and I'm telling you which reactant or which product to find. You could have found hydrogen, but I'm telling you to find this one. C, same thing. You have 2 moles of C7H16. You have 2 moles of O2. Which one makes the least amount? On the back side, it's the same, but this time I'm starting you in grams. Up here, I started you in moles. So since I'm starting you in grams, it has to be a 2-step problem. So it's the exact same thing though. Each one starts with 20 grams. You do a 2-step problem to figure out how many moles of my product are being made. And in this case, chlorine gets used up, and then the reaction will stop, and I'll have some aluminum left over. So chlorine's my limiting. Same thing down here, 20 grams of NH3, 20 grams of O2. I will run out of oxygen, and then my reaction will stop. We did not do the putting it all together, and we still haven't yet. That is the answers for the putting it all together, but I will do that in class with them soon. So if you need anything at all, let me know, and I will talk to you later.